Jack had already been almost frozen to the point of losing consciousness at this time. He fell off the tree without standing firmly. Fortunately, there was Fatty at the bottom so that he wouldn't be killed from the fall. Jack pulled out the dagger, then found Fatty's gun, put it away, and then stripped off the clothes and put them on, but still felt not warm enough, so he slit Fatty's belly with a knife, and then put his hand in to warm up. While on the other side, the bounty hunter found nothing. He had to whistle to let everyone gather first, but found that one person was missing from the team. They instantly felt that something was terribly wrong, but after finding Fatty's corpse, everyone was greatly shocked.
Who the hell is this man? He must be part Indian or wolf. Eat a man like that?
Jack didn't dare to stop along the way until he saw a household. He found that there was a saddle hanging on the fence. He wanted to steal a horse and continue to escape, but he was so exhausted that he almost fainted. The kind girl saw this and quickly called her younger brother. They helped Jack into the house to rest and bandage his wound. Jack wanted to buy their horse, but didn't pay the money first. When the whole family was fast asleep at night, he still stole the horse and ran away against his conscience. And just as dawn broke, Cuff found here and gave the poor family a beating. This is a typical case of good people not getting good rewards. Fortunately, because of being busy chasing, Jack soon left here. Only then did the family escape. Cuff and several others continued to chase forward. Before long, they saw smoke curling up on the mountainside not far away. Several people knowingly accelerated and hurried over. However, Jack was even more vigilant than they imagined. He had already hidden. At night, Jack didn't dare to relax for a moment. But the next second, he was suddenly held at the back of his head with a gun. At this time, he was so scared that he didn't dare to move. Jack slowly turned around, and then suddenly ran over when the hunter whistled. Then he ran away in the darkness. The next day, Jack found a frozen dead bear. He took off the animal trap from the bear's body, and then set up a trap in the middle of the road. Before long, Cuff and his group walked this way. Then a horse tripped over the branch on the ground. The trap was instantly triggered, and it hit the youngest follower hard. The older follower was still trying to save people, but Cuff pulled out his gun and directly shot him dead. This made the remaining two followers start to feel afraid. Would there come a day when they would also have this ending? But Cuff offered a more generous reward. They still decided to take a risk again. However, they encountered a corpse on the way. It was the fugitive who was killed by Jack not long ago. The older follower found the wanted notice on the corpse. After seeing that there was $250 as the reward, he made up his mind not to continue taking risks anymore. So he happily carried the corpse and prepared to leave. The Cuff suddenly returned back, shot the horse dead with a gun. The man's face was distorted with anger, but he couldn't do anything about the other party. After a long journey, Jack finally arrived in the town, but was recognized as a horse thief. The foreman knocked him unconscious without saying a word. Before long, the chasing team also came to the small town. At this time, Gideon woke up. He found that his hands were tied, but fortunately there was only one guard, so he deliberately angered him, and then kicked the other party unconscious and ran away. And the chasing team was also looking around at this time. Little did they know that Jack had already run far away. They chased after each other, traveling day and night. I don't know how long it took. Jack was already exhausted. When he stopped to drink water, the horse under him suddenly fell down too. Although reluctant, but in order to escape, Jack still pulled out the dagger as he slowly slipped down. The horse gradually lost its breath when the chasing team arrived. They only saw a horse that had been disemboweled. Just as they were talking, Jack suddenly emerged from the horse's belly, rushed over when the other party turned around, and held the man's neck tightly with the dagger, threatening the hunter to dismount and hand over the gun. But who knew that the other party directly shot the follower dead? Jack was greatly shocked, hurriedly checked his chest. Fortunately, it was okay, but he was instantly intimidated. How could the speed of the knife be faster than that of the gun? Jack could only obediently follow the other party's instructions. However, Cuff didn't intend to let him go with a right hook down. Cuff knocked Jack to the ground. But as soon as he walked forward, he was also knocked down himself. The pistol was nowhere to be found. The two of them thus wrestled on the ground. Soon Jack gained the upper hand. Cuff was beaten to the ground by him. However, Jack didn't finish him off. He left a jug of water and took the two horses and left. I don't know how long it took. Taffer finally woke up. He picked up the jug and pistol and continued to chase. And by this time, Jack had already gone some distance. On the way, he found a puddle, so he quickly filled the jug. Just as he was drinking vigorously with his head down, a voice suddenly rang out,
"You will pay for that life."
Jack didn't have any money, so he could only leave a black horse behind. And Jack didn't expect that soon this horse would be in Cuff's hands. I don't know how long it took. Jack stopped. Still in front was an endless desert, and behind, Cuff was also closely chasing. She had a premonition that she might never be able to get out again. At this moment, a woman suddenly appeared. Jack traded a horse for a bullet. Then Cuff also came here. She traded the remaining water for a gun. But there was only one bullet. Now the two of them were evenly matched. Who would be the final winner in the end? Before long, Cuff caught up with Jack, but before he could launch an attack, he was hit. Parents instantly fell to the ground and couldn't move. Gideon looked at him and hesitated for a long time, but still didn't have the heart to fire another shot. Instead, he put the gun in Cuff's hand, letting him aim at himself, wanting to end this feud. But the other party didn't fire. Jack felt very surprised. From the top of the snow-capped mountain to the grassland to the desert Salinaukalai land, the two of them who were scarred and in a mess in the end when facing life itself. They both chose to put down the gun and saved each other.